If you hood educated, I'm glad you made it. Allow me to unfold my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from a hood brother's point of view to all of you, here, there, and everywhere. Now check me out.
I'm grieving for everybody.
Only at 9, the grandmother of a 16-year-old charged with murder, sending condolences to the victim's family and sharing how the crime has torn apart two families. This is all happening as the 16-year-old victim was laid to rest.
Reporter Ken Lemon talked to both of these families today. He is live at the Gaston County Courthouse, where the case is now going to the grand jury. Ken?
The grand jury started Monday considering several cases. It may take a day or two before we hear their decision on this case, this heartbreaking case involving two 16-year-olds. Now, the suspect's grandmother tells me that even as she waits on a decision, she is thinking about the victim's family.
I am heartbroken right now.
There were so many tears during the memorial service for 16-year-old Zaquavius Dawkins and one from an unexpected place.
It's a lot.
Joyce Simpson, the suspect's grandmother, asked me not to show her face so you won't see the tears as she made the only comment about the fatal shooting a week ago.
That's horrendous. Our deepest sympathy go out to that family.
She said she didn't know that her grandson, Shawn Simpson, was a suspect in that murder until the day Gastonia police arrested him at school.
I'm just blindsided, you know.
Shawn Simpson is charged as an adult. She told me she visited him in jail last weekend.
He was more concerned about me, how I'm doing.
She said in the last 2 years, Shawn and his 6-year-old brother dealt with the death of their mother and an aunt. She hasn't told the child that Shawn is in jail and he may be there until both of them are adults.
Now he's asking for Shawn. He knows that Shawn's not here.
Joyce Simpson told me there are no winners in a situation like this. Least of all, the family burying a child.
My heart goes out to him. It really does.
Joyce Simpson, watch our interview last week when the victim's grandmother says that she wanted to hug Shawn Simpson. She says that she worries that he'll lose his youth because of this shooting. Well, Simpson said those words touched her heart. Live in Gastonia, I'm Ken Lemon, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
January 26, 2025, like about around 6 p.m. in Gastonia, North Carolina. 16-year-old Zaquavius Dawkins. Him and one of his homeboys is on their way to the family dollar store to grab his mama something from the dollar store. As they walk into the dollar store, they notice a black Tesla. These boys here ain't no gangbangers or nothing like that. They ain't a part of that street life, so they don't really pay close attention to it like that. You know, as a gangbanger, you know, they watching all the cars. If you in the streets, you watching all the cars. But these boys right here, they ain't into none of that. These guys right here play sports. They play football and things like that. But they notice this black Tesla. So as they go inside the store, they get the stuff that Zaquavius' mama wanted. And on their way out the store, guess who they see? This black Tesla. But not only is this black Tesla going past them, it pulls up on them. And when the car pull up on them, the windows start rolling down. Now, for those of us who are a part of that street life, who know about that street life, who partake in that street life, we already understand when an unknown car pull up on you and the windows start coming down, instantly you already thinking in your mind, hey, look, I gotta hit it because they finna start trying to kill me. But these boys right here is not a part of that life. When the car first pulled up on them and rolled the window down, they stood there. And guess what happened? Another young boy inside the car started yelling at them, talking crazy to them, and then they pull off. These young boys ain't paying it no mind. They still walking on their way back to Zaquavius' mama house. Next thing they know, here come this black Tesla again. But this time right here, ain't no talking, ain't no yelling. It's gunfire. Bow, 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 bow. Zaquavius hit it. The best that he could. His homeboy hit it the best that he could. But understand, these guys are not a part of that life, so they let the cop pull all the way up on them like it did last time and started firing. Hitting Zaquavius one time in the shoulder. Now, for any of you who know about bullet wounds and people that done got shot and stuff like that before, they tell you that it feel like they got hit with a bat and it knocks their body off balance and things like that because the speed from the bullet is impacting the body. Now, this young 16-year-old boy took a bullet in the shoulder, spent and kept running. I'm talking about, usually when people get shot, they just fall to the ground. But they saying this boy right here got hit and spent and kept running, and the guy kept shooting and shot him 2 more times in the back. Shot his homeboy one time. Somehow though, this young 16-year-old child still had the strength to try to preserve his life. He's still running the best that he could while they steady firing at him. Runs into a parking lot and collapses. People in the neighborhood, people at the store what the parking lot was at, or I think it was a store or a building or something like that. They seen what happened. They get on the phone. They call 911. Hey, somebody just got shot. 2 people got shot. Police hit the scene. Police described the scene as blood everywhere. Remember, this is a 16-year-old boy they talking about. Blood everywhere. They start administering aid to the boy. First responders come. They start administering aid to the boy. Rush him to the hospital. Unfortunately, Zaquavius Dawkins succumbed to his injuries. And I can't imagine the hurt and the pain that his father, his grandmother, mother, and all his other loved ones went through, because this boy right here, according to the reports that I'm getting, was not a part of none of that. Well-mannered, respectful, yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir. Played sports, was cold-blooded on the football field. And he had his life taken away by another 16-year-old boy. Now, the part that messes my head up is because of why he lost his life. But after the shooting, the young boy that survived was able to identify who was the guy in the car doing all the shooting. And that's a boy who goes by the name of Shawn Simpson, the boy that y'all seen in the news clip that I showed earlier. Now, Shawn is a cold-blooded demonstration. And this is why I say this right here, because this young boy right here is going through something. When they caught him 2 days later after the murder of Zaquavius, guess where he was at? He was arrested at an adolescent center dealing with kids with emotional and behavior problems. Now, y'all might say, well, man, you know, what was he emotional about? Or, well, what was his behavior? You know, why was he acting out and stuff like that? Well, according to reports, when the boy was 14 years old, his mama committed suicide. And he took that hard. This is his mama. He's 14 years old. He took that hard. That's why his grandmama was raising him. Yeah, the mother died and the grandmama had to raise him and his little brother. So now, once he's arrested, he's talking to the police. He's telling the police, hey, look, man, I ain't had nothing to do with it. Y'all can look at my phone. I grabbed the Uber, and my phone should tell you where I was at and all that. I ain't had nothing to do with it. And you know what? When you think about it, he wasn't the only one in the car. Somebody had to been driving if he was doing the shooting. And according to reports, they saying that he shot from the back window of the Tesla. So that tells us that it's two people in the front and he was in the back. You see what I'm saying? Now, I don't know what world that this little boy right here was living in, but for some reason he believed in his mind that murdering somebody wasn't that important. And the reason why I say that is because his reaction to when the judge charged him as an adult, his reaction to when the judge told him ain't no bail, it blew my mind. Check it out.
Shawn Simpson came into Gaston County Court at points wiping away his tears as he stood before a judge. Just 16 years old, he's being charged with first-degree murder as an adult. That's as a result of a law change that went into effect in December, which allows teens his age to be charged as an adult in certain crimes. There was a realization that during this proceeding that the gravity was hitting him, a grand jury indictment that could come in the near future, and a moment that hit when a judge told him that he would not be seeing freedom anytime soon.
Court may impose a hold without bond. Court finds sufficient allegations to support the charges. Considering the relevant factors and the charges, he is ordered held without bond. I love you, Baba. I love you.
Y'all see that? That boy started yelling, started crying, calling for his mama, which is his grandmama now. I love you and all this old type of stuff. So now we got to think to ourselves like, hey man, hold on. You wasn't feeling like that when you was shooting that gun at that little boy, according to the reports. You wasn't thinking about your mama. You wasn't thinking about being free. You wasn't thinking about none of that. All you was thinking about was killing. And now you got the nerve to be crying and all that. No, it don't work like that. And all you young brothers, all of you young brothers that are just like this young man right here, y'all need to understand something. Listen, this is not a juvenile petty case where you can call your mama and your mama come and pick you up. You can call your daddy come pick you up. No, we talking about murder here. So for all you young brothers out there playing with them guns, you end up killing somebody, shooting somebody, ain't no going home. No, you gotta go to jail. You gotta go do some time. And a lot of y'all don't want to do no time because y'all like playing games. Y'all like social media. Y'all like being free. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But when you take the life of another person, when you commit crimes and you shooting and you robbing and you stealing, there's consequences for that. Mama and daddy can't come and get you. No, you're a ward of the state now. You done broke the law. Now, had you been listening to your mama and your father when they told you don't join the gang, stop hanging around them people over there, then you would continue to be free and enjoy the freedoms that everybody else have. But if you want to be a gangster, you want to be a drug dealer, you want to be a criminal, then you want to go to jail. And not only do you want to go to jail, you want to die. Because that's what that life has to offer you. Now, we must ask ourselves, why, according to reports, why did Shawn, the young boy, start shooting at Zaquavius and his friend in the first place? Y'all ain't gonna believe this. Shawn got into a fight with one of Zaquavius' friends a year ago. A year ago. And when he got into that fight, word on the street is that he got whooped pretty good. And typical teenagers and stuff like that. This is Zaquavius' friend, so he gonna back his friend. That's just how it go, y'all. I mean, we can say that's a bad thing, whatever, but all of us have partaked in stuff like that. Our friend get into a fight, we usually jumping in, and if we don't jump in, he whooped you, you know what I'm saying? He put hands on you, boy, quit playing with us. We know how to throw these things, that type of stuff. And so he got mad at Zaquavius and the guy that whooped him. He got mad at everybody. One thing we got to understand in dealing with these teenagers, once they ego get hit or they pride get hit and people laughing and giggling at them and they think they tough because they got a gun, that's danger. That's dangerous. A child will kill you without thinking twice about it because a child don't understand the circumstances of everything that's going on with a murder. And it's proven by how this boy reacted when they told him he ain't got no bail. And when they charged him as an adult. So what that means is when they charge him as an adult, they can slam him on the top of his head with he's an adult now, even though he's 16. No, he gonna do some time if he get convicted. Now, it makes no sense, y'all, that a fight at a school can lead to the murder and attempted murder of other teenagers. But this is the life that we living right now. This is what's going on right now. And so that's why, like, for all the brothers and sisters, all the hood educated residents and guests, when you got a young man, a teenager, you got to pay real close attention to him. When you got a young woman, a teenager, you got to pay real close attention to her. Because the outside influences is way more powerful than the influence of a mother and a father. I know y'all don't want to believe it. But you got to understand, all you got to do is look at your child right now and look at some of the things that they doing and all that. You ain't teach them that. You ain't showed them how to wear clothes that way. You ain't show them how to put their hair in a certain type of way. You ain't teach them how to talk the way that they talk. All this comes from outside influences. So we gotta understand if the influence can teach them how to dress, how to talk, it can teach them how to think. And it can control their decision making. We gotta be in the lives. We gotta be in there. We gotta be an influence. And if we can't, then we gotta at least educate these young boys and girls and let them know, okay, that's cool. That's all right. But we gotta put a circle around this right here. No, now this gangs and drugs and crimes and no, don't play that right there. And that boy right there already know he in the gang. You can't hang with him. I don't care if you grew up with him. Yeah, I know his dad and his mama. But that boy right there is in the gang and he drug dealing and he committing crimes. I know this to be true. You can't hang with him. If I catch you with him, I'm going to body slam you. You're going to be on punishment for the rest of your life if I catch you with him. That game you got, I'm taking that. Yeah, we talking about punishment here. Yeah, because it's that easy. We think like, my son is, he's smarter than that. My daughter, she's smarter than that. She ain't going to let them influence her. Shit. You will be surprised. A lot of us, let's think about us. When you was a teenager, if your mother and father knew the things that you did as a teenager, the things that you did behind their back that they don't know nothing about till this day, they'll probably put your ass on punishment right now and you a full grown man or woman. Yeah. So think about it like that. If you got away doing all type of slick stuff behind your parents' back and when they told you not to do stuff, your kids ain't no different from you. They got your DNA in them. They ain't no different. And kids are going to do certain things, but it's just certain things that we got to put a stop to. You can't hang around that girl right there. She having sex already. They said she had sex with the whole basketball team. All she hang around is boys. You can't hang with her. She's stealing. She called herself a booster. She's swiping cars. You can't hang with her. She want to stay out all night. You can't hang with her. And I better not catch you with her again. Period. All that, mama, she good. She had my back. I don't give a damn what she done have. You can't hang with her. It's just that simple. We got to start putting that foot down. Yeah. You got to. Because if you don't put that foot down, you leaving your children wide open to bad influences. Now, before I depart, allow me to say this right here. I want to say rest in peace to that young brother, Zaquavius Dawkins. Man, that's 16. Rest in peace to that brother. Extend my condolences to his family. For those of us that pray, extend y'all prayers for that young brother. Extend y'all prayers for his family. Because that's tough, bro. Don't nobody want to lose no child. And like I said before, allow us to be the best influence. And if we can't be the best influence for our children, then we got to govern their emotions. We got to govern their actions. And we got to govern their thoughts. This is Hood Educated, not Lame Related. Peace and love, and y'all take care of yourself out there. If I said anything that caused you to think, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. And if you're feeling generous, please make a small donation to the channel. Now, before I depart, allow me to give a shout out to some of the blessings that I received this week. Allow me to give a shout out to Barbara for the $5 Cash App. Thank you. Devin Wilson for the $10 Cash App. Thank you. Stephen for the $25 Cash App. Thank you. Dolores Guy for the $10 Cash App. Thank you. Mr. JJ for the $1.99 Super Thanks. Thank you. And last but not least, Alan Thompson for the $10 Super Thanks. This is Hood Educated, not Lame Related. Peace and love. And y'all take care of yourself out there.